Hello, sports fans. Ralph Luck here with my trusty flashlight. You wouldn't recognize me without it. But my new beanie, tried to match up with my buddy Rojo that has the camouflage one. Anyway, yeah, I got that at Walmart. One size fits all. It does get toasty. I mean, with the double hoodie and this, I end up having to take off the beanie a little bit in a little bit. Anyway, uh, I'm here. Ninja is actually not on my legs. I'll show you in a minute, but she's actually in her bed. And I pulled the blanket over her to make her all nice and comfy. But I just wanted to touch base with you all because I did tell a few of you and probably had said or alluded to in the last video that because it snowed on Friday, Saturday or Sunday, once the snow was gone, I was heading out. And today's Sunday, and the 3 inches or so of snow has melted. It's got into the mid 50s the last couple of days, Saturday and Sunday, today. And snow's all but gone. But the roads are a little muddy still. And the weather's supposed to be, mid 50s, mid 30s in the evening for the next week. So I thought, I'm so comfortable here. Why not stay for another week? Now, Wednesday, there's like a 50-60% chance of rain. So it might get a little wet again. But I really, this weekend, was looking to do nothing. If you know, last weekend on Saturday, I went into Flagstaff and I got water and groceries and medication at the pharmacy at Walmart and blah, 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 blah. I ran errands all day. Sunday came back kind of relaxed, but then boom, Monday, back at work at 6 a.m. Now, the good news is this weekend I literally did nothing. And starting next weekend, thanks to daylight savings time, I get to start my work an hour later, which is just another week of training. And then I go back to my 9 p.m. start time, which I love. Yeah, I get off late and the sun's already setting, but, there's something to be said about waking up and the sun's already up and things are getting warm versus getting up at 5:30 for a 6 a.m. start time and everything's dark for 2 hours and freezing. That's the worst time. It's always coldest right before the sunrise. If you didn't know anything about weather. But, sorry, thought I felt ninja walking around, but it was just my imagination walking around. So, yes, I'm going to stay here through the week, except for Wednesday, which is supposed to be a rainy day. It's supposed to be a pretty good week. So I'm hoping things dry out even more. Be so easy just to pack up the RV and pull in the slide and hit the road and go down the road. But I got to hook up the tow dolly. Then I got to mount the car up and strap the car up. And it's not that big of a deal, but it's, again, about 45 minutes of doing stuff. So I'm going to do that next weekend. Hopefully Wednesday's rain is limited. And then on Saturday, things will be pretty good to pull out of here. At the very least, I think pulling out my RV by itself and the car by itself would be fine. Get it over to the main road or 100 yards away and then hook them up if I need to. Instead of trying to do it all right here where it might be a little muddy. And then I'll be heading to, now I was thinking about first Camp Verde. Definitely some excellent spots and RV resort there. But that would be just like a very limited time, a day or two or three. So if I go a little bit further, about 20 miles further south towards Phoenix, I hit Cordis Lakes. And at Cordis Lakes, not actually in the little town, I don't know if it's a town or city, they've got a Love's and a Pilot and a McDonald's and a Chevron. um, but between all those, they have like potable water, showers, laundromat, and propane, and pretty much could take care of you, with the exception of groceries. I don't know where they get their groceries, but I can't imagine if you wanted good salads and steaks and things like that. I don't think there's a grocery store around there. Now, luckily, I've got 4 or 5 breasts of chicken. I've got a kielbasa. I've got a couple of Italian sausages. I've got, sorry, I just thought I heard Ninja again. I've got 2 ribeye steaks. I've got all kinds of canned foods and things like that. And I'm full up on water, full up on propane. Right. Well, actually, one of my propane tanks is empty, 5-gallon. But I literally have weeks of supplies, plus not even talking about breaking into my 4 Patriots, because it's the number 4 Patriots supply of freeze-dried meals that I have a small case of that. That is a month supply, 3-week supply. And then in a backpack, I have another month supply of food. That's MRE type stuff. Basically just add a little water and there you go. So literally at this point, I could go for like 3 months without having to go to a grocery store. My biggest thing is just emptying the black tank. Unfortunately, even if I only have a burrito or a couple of hot dogs for dinner, I got to use the bathroom. And even though it's a 26-gallon tank, and you would think that it would take 26 days to fill up, it usually fills up in about 2.5 weeks. That's just me being old, I guess, and issues I have to deal with that we don't want to talk about. But the black tank's about the only thing I have to be worried about. The water I can get from anywhere. I could filter it from a pond. I could go to a store, the Love's or Pilot or whatever. I think the Pilot has the potable water, not the Love's. But so I'm going to head to Cordis Lake in about a week. So if you don't hear from me, which I doubt, because I post a couple of times a week, just for you folks, I should be heading to Cordis Lakes area in about a week on Saturday. And the nice thing about that is, again, not only, sorry, let me get the smudge off my camera. Not only is it close to the Love's and Pilot and, where, you can get a $20 pack of beef jerky and other things, gas, propane, water, but use the showers, use the laundry. So where I'm going to go at Cordis Lake is going to be out in a desert area. It's going to be about 10 degrees at least warmer than here. So like today it was 55 and we're getting down to a low of like 34. And Cordis Lake is like 65 with the low of like 45. So those are much more doable temperatures for me. Although I am ready to peel off this hoodie because in my Army sleeping bag, which is a negative 10 degree sleeping bag, I am super warm. And that's not even with the cat on me. But I'm going to be up for about another hour, so we'll see. And then time for bed, and usually during the night, whatever I go to sleep at, I'm usually pretty comfortable as. Although I have to say one thing, weirdest thing ever. A week ago, I took off one of my wool socks. My foot was itching a little bit. I just ripped off the sock to scratch it, and it was pretty warm in here like it is now. It's probably 65 degrees inside, even though it's like 35 outside. Um, so I left my leg out with that sock off. Next day, I had no fewer than like 20 mosquito bites around my ankle where that sock was off. And I'm like, where the heck did these things come from? But they were all over my ankle. So my left ankle has been itching like crazy because of all these mosquito bites, and looks terrible because if you know anything about mosquito bites and you just scratch it once or twice, it's like rips all your skin and ugh. So I would have never thought in this temperature that, and especially where I mean, all open and close the door for a second, but everything's always closed up. And to get like 20, 25 mosquito bites in that one night on that one ankle, I think what they were doing is they're all ready to die, and they're like, we see blood. And they like swarmed on me and just bit me all night long. And I didn't feel it, of course, like most mosquito bites, you don't feel it till the next day, a day later. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with Ninja here. And I'm sure I'll be in touch. Oh, there's my solo light. Oh, do you like my pillows? So let's see what other things I can show you. Not much. So let me just leave you with Ninja. And there she is, in her bed, all tucked in by me. You all have a good night.